Clear skies, plenty of sunshine, lots of tennis, and a first week that's coming to an end here in Paris. Good evening and welcome to Night and Day at Roland-Garros. The weekend is upon us. The round of 64 is nearly complete, and here for you is what we have for you on this evening's show. Wimbledon champion Rybakina withdraws due to illness. Coco Gauff wins through in the battle of the teens. And Rune eases his way into week 2. And we still have the night session to come together with the other action that's taking place. But taking centre stage this evening, we have for you this man here. Now, he was the first of the two that arrived this evening. It's the 22nd seed and two-time Roland-Garros semi-finalist, Sasha Zverev. He arrived on his own at 4:05. His team, including his father, arrived a little bit earlier, making his way through security onto site. And he's taking on this young man here, the 12th seed Francis Tiafoe, who arrived slightly later, just before 5 o'clock, making his way quietly, putting the earphones in, blocking everything out and getting ready for this evening. And of course, we'll continue to build up to the action a little bit later. And as you can hear, we've got action behind us, which is a doubles match that is coming to an end, and the crowd are thoroughly enjoying it because there is French involvement. Now, before we get to the action that has been completed, unfortunately, there was news earlier today that Wimbledon champion Elena Rybakina had to withdraw from the tournament due to illness. We're going to hear from her very shortly. Before that, we have Andreeva against Olga Danilovic. Now, Danilovic is a qualifier. Andreeva is the 7th seed. Now, this started just before 8 o'clock this evening. I want to keep a close eye on that. That's taking place on Susan Longland. But let's get to the news of the day. It was breaking news earlier in the day. And let's have a listen to the Wimbledon champ as to her reasons for having to withdraw.
Well, I was not feeling good already yesterday and the day before, so I didn't sleep 2 nights and had some fever. And today I really tried on the warm-up, but I feel that the right decision is to withdraw because it's really tough to play with these conditions. Well, I saw the doctor and they said that actually it's a lot of virus here in Paris. And I guess with my allergy, immune system just went down and I picked up something. And as I said, I was not sleeping well 2 days. I had fever, headache. I think you can hear also. It's difficult to perform and obviously to run and even breathe. So I think that was the only right decision we could make.
Now, due to be first up on Philippe Chatrier, Rybakina was actually out on court at 10 a.m. this morning. It was a light session, as you'd expect, due to what we know now. It was between 10 and 10:30, and there was one point in particular where she leant down with her hands on her knees, and her coach, as he's doing now, put his arm around her. She wanted to give it her best. She obviously felt she couldn't continue, and that's when she came off court and the announcement was made. And we wish her and we wish her a speedy recovery. And we should say congratulations to Sara Sorribes Tormo, who, due to the walkover, she makes her very first second week of a Grand Slam. That's the player from Spain. So the completed action shortly, but at the top of the show, you saw the Andreeva Danilovic match taking place on Susan Longland. Over on court, Simone Mathieu. This has been a fantastic court through the first week. If you had a ticket for this court, you've seen plenty of tennis. Currently taking place, it is Daniel Altmaier who came through, was very emotional against Yannick Sinner, against Grigor Dimitrov. Now, Grigor Dimitrov is yet to drop a set this week. He got to the final in Geneva, and as you can see here, he has made the Bulgarian the perfect start, and we're going to be keeping an eye on that match throughout the course of the show. In the evening sunshine with a slight breeze and the warmest temperatures we have had all week. So to the completed matches, and let's start with what took place in the women's draw. We know there was no Elena Rybakina, but we're going to start with a match that, when it came out on the order of play, it was much anticipated. It was the battle of the teams. Coco Gauff, the 2022 runner-up, against the qualifier from Russia, Mira Andreeva, who is creating such a storm and has had an amazing tournament. But Coco Gauff, there were a few errors from her in that first set tiebreak, which she dropped, but then her experience really showed through to come from a set down. And this is the second time this week that Coco Gauff has come from a set down. They actually practiced together before the tournament. She said that might have helped a little bit, actually helped both of them out, looking at their games close to. There's a lovely embrace between the two of them. It was an intriguing battle, and I think we can safely say the future of the game is in very, very safe hands with the players we have on show. So clearly delighted Coco Gauff, who had this to say, and she had doubles a little bit later, but this was her when she came into press.
I don't know if experience played, I mean, yes, maybe, I don't know, to be honest, because when I played against her, I didn't feel like she was lacking experience. I think, honestly, at the end of the first set, it was weird. I had a feeling that, I don't know if it was the energy she was giving me off or anything. It wasn't really quite anything she did, but I had a feeling that even though I lost that set, I felt like I won the set. And I knew in my head that I was playing the right way. I mean, 6-5 serving for 30 love, and she played great in the tiebreaker. I think I had 2 loose points, and that matters in the tiebreaker. So, I mean, I can say probably experience played a factor, but honestly, what it felt like on the court, it didn't feel like. I played 2 other people that were younger than me, and in one of those matches, for sure, I would say experience played a part, but I don't know if that meant today. I think she plays beyond her years, and I don't know, feels similar to how I was.
It was a match that didn't disappoint. This was a case of blink and you will miss it. 51 minutes on the clock for Iga Swiatek to serve up her 13th and 14th 6-love sets for 2023, although it was her first 6-love at a Grand Slam against Wang of China, who's 80 in the world. The Iga Bakery did very good business today. She has yet to drop a set through these championships, looking for a 3rd Roland-Garros title. She has won her last 10 matches at Roland-Garros. She's only 22, and her Roland-Garros record is 24 matches and lots just 2. And that was, as we're talking about bagels, her 3rd bagel of the week here in Paris. So just under an hour on the clock. The previous best was Kasatkina at 55 minutes. But it's Iga Swiatek who came through and had something quite amusing to say on court after her win.
I don't think if I would play every point like a match point, it would be good, because match points are stressful, honestly. But no, every point is important for me, and obviously I think on the highest level, every point matters. So, I really want to kind of be focused no matter what the situation in my match is, because I know, it's kind of, I'm going to use that skill later when I'm going to probably have, really tight matches and tight games, and you always have to kind of, just be disciplined and, sorry, I'm boring. No, I mean...
That's very interesting.
Next question.
There was a breakthrough for the Brazilian Beatriz Haddad-Maia, seeded 14th, but hadn't previously shown much form in Grand Slams. It's her 3rd appearance. She got to the second round in 2022. It's her first Grand Slam second week, and she is, with this victory over Ekaterina Alexandrova, it's now 3-0 against the Russian, the first Brazilian woman to reach the round of 16 at Roland-Garros since Patricia Medrado in 1979. So congratulations. Look what it means to Beatriz Haddad-Maia, who had to come from a set down to close out the match. Congratulations to her into the second week. And it was quick work for Lesia Tsurenko against Bianca Andreescu. Now, she was looking for her second Roland-Garros round of 16. Her first came back in 2018. It's a 9th appearance for Tsurenko, who's currently ranked 66. Won their previous meeting. Her best Grand Slam finish was at the US Open, a quarter-final in 2018, but 6-1, 6-1 against Bianca Andreescu. I think we can say that is a good day's work for Lesia Tsurenko through to the second week and to the round of 16. I like to give you a wind update, and as you can see from my hair, it's quite windy today, although this has probably been the hottest day of the tournament so far. And in terms of the wind, down at court level, it hasn't bothered the players as much as it has done in previous days. It's just my hair that it seems to play havoc with. So we've seen what's taken place in the women's draw to the men's draw, and to Holger Rune, who got a slightly earlier call-up due to the withdrawal of Elena Rybakina. He was up against the qualifier, making his first Grand Slam main draw appearance, Gennaro Olivieri. Still just 20, Rune. Quarter-finalist last year, and he's had a really comfortable first week. Played just the 2 matches after the withdrawal of Gael Monfils. It's a 10th Grand Slam win for the Dane. It's his 15th win on clay this year. And listen to this for clay form. Runner-up in the Masters of Monte Carlo and Rome. And he also won the title in Munich, playing very, very well. Now, this is the bottom half of the draw. This is the more open section of the draw. And the question in the press conference was to Rune was, how did he make the most of that extra time that he's had off between his first and his third round matches?
Yeah, so first I had the normal day off after my first round, which I took easy because I thought I was going to play. Then I was asleep, then my phone called, and then they said he was going to withdraw. So I put 2.5 hours practice that day and tried to play like points and a normal set to imitate a real day of match. So I got also a little bit tired that day to kind of feel the same. And then the last day before the match yesterday, I took it easy. And today I feel good. I feel like I was ready to go, prepared, was still in the match mode. So yeah, I feel good.
And I think we all want to see it, and we are still on for later in the tournament, a meeting between Holger Rune, a rematch from last year, and Casper Ruud, who came through against Zhang of China in 4 sets after dropping that first set. Runner-up last year, his Roland-Garros record now is 116 and lost 5. It's his 31st Ruud Grand Slam win. He does have a lot of points to defend. On clay this year, he's won 13 and lost 5. He won Estoril, semi-finalist in Rome, so good pre-tournament build-up. He had an early exit in Madrid and a quarter-final just before the tournament in Geneva. So building up nicely, Casper Ruud, who came into press post-match and answered a few questions on today's win.
Yeah, it's been sort of quiet so far. I've been able to do my job and play my matches and get on in the tournament. So I'm very happy, and moving closer to second week, that's where you really need to step up your game and play your A game if you want to do well and continue winning, because now there are a lot of great players left, and I think that's what I learned from last year, that the real challenge and not tournament, but the real fun starts now, and if you want to be a part of it, you need to play your A game.
Excellent results for Argentina and for Thomas Etcheverry, beating the 15th seed Borna Coric comfortably in straight sets. World number 49 at the start of the tournament. No wonder he drops to the floor, because he's into his first Grand Slam round of 16. He is yet to drop a set. Live rankings up to 37. His second top 20 win in a row, having beaten Alex de Minaur. 2 finals in 2023, Houston and Santiago, and he lost a challenger final in Bordeaux on the clay ahead of Roland-Garros, showing some fantastic form. And Thomas Etcheverry from La Plata in Argentina is through to the second week, and boy is he happy. And we don't blame him. Nicolas Jarry, someone else in great form, the Geneva winner from Santiago in Chile, was up against the American Marcus Giron. A 4th Roland-Garros appearance for Jarry, who is now on a 7-match winning run. He has 19 wins on the clay for the season, and that is just behind Alcaraz, who's first with 23, 35 in the world, 27 years of age. And in the round of 16, Nicolas Jarry, a man on form on this surface at the moment. This will be a tough one for last year's finalist, Casper Ruud. So congratulations to Jarry. And a short while ago, this didn't actually finish that long ago, Francisco Cerundolo at a career high of 23. He's down on his back because he's reached his first Grand Slam second week, and he did it by overcoming the 9th seed Taylor Fritz. A lot of people thought this might go the distance, but he got it done in 4. Now, he made his debut in 2021 at Roland-Garros, but he hasn't got his first wins until this year. It's been an interesting and entertaining tournament for Taylor Fritz, but it's Francisco Cerundolo who goes through to round 2 and the round of 16, and isn't that smile nice to see? Now to today's outstanding moment. It's the moment that caught our eye, and it came from what was perceived as to being the match of the day, and a match that didn't disappoint. That was a great match, and that is a great sight, the Eiffel Tower and not a cloud in the sky. Hottest day of the tournament so far, and the weather apparently is only going one way. It's going to get hotter into the second week of the tournament. You might be able to see behind me they are watering the court, so they're a touch behind in terms of the start time, and that's because, as you heard and may have seen behind me, we had the doubles taking place. These gentlemen are going to be in the night session. Sasha Zverev, so he arrived at 4 minutes past 4. He's in the gym at 4:39. A lot to do to get the body ready ahead of taking to the court a little bit later. For Francis Tiafoe, now he might have done some work outside of the gym. Big smiles, and it was just sort of a little meet and greet in the gym. It was kind of a walkthrough. Said hello to a couple of people and out the other side. So maybe his work was being done in the heat of the late afternoon. And we're going to see them in practice a little bit later. But it's time now for the latest instalment and time for some more player revelations in Never Have I Ever.
No, I'm not too famous. Too famous.
There's still time.
Yes.
Recently?
Yes.
I just wanted to see my pictures and what they think my height and weight are like. That's not true, what they write there.
I have. I want to know what people write about me, but it was a couple of years ago. Right now, I prefer not to do that.
I think
I have. No, never.
I have. Humbly, I have.
Oh yeah, actually, yes. Very good upgrade I had.
I had like a business class ticket, then I upgraded to first class.
No, never.
Never?
No, never.
Really?
Really?
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not too famous. Too famous.
There's still time. I think you'll find he's quite famous, and I think he'll be upgraded pretty soon, but only a couple that hadn't experienced it as of yet. And don't forget, you can look back on all the Never Have I Evers that we've done over the course of the tournament via the Roland-Garros social media channels. Right, it is time, and you can hear behind me the entertainment is building for the fans inside the stadium because it's getting closer to your Saturday night entertainment, the Roland-Garros night session. And we have two seeds squaring off against each other. 22nd seed, two-time semi-finalist Sasha Zverev, and the 12th seed Francis Tiafoe, but he hasn't had any form at this tournament until this year. There's quite a long head-to-head, but we're going to get to that a little bit later. And as you can see, they're just been delayed by a few minutes due to the overrunning of the doubles that was a little bit earlier. Right, let's take a look at practice. We've seen arrivals, we've seen the gym, and then at 5 o'clock on court 2. Sasha Zverev out, you can see Alexander Zverev Senior, his coach, just looking at his watch, seeing what's what. A Roland-Garros record for Zverev of 125, lost just 7. Looking to reach the round of 16 here for the 6th straight year, and I think importantly for Zverev, because early in his Grand Slam career, he was getting tied up in knots in really, really long 5-set matches. He is yet to drop a set through 2 rounds. Just the 1 set drop from this man here, who was on court 3 at 5:30, the American Francis Tiafoe, who, as I mentioned, is a 12th seed. Now, it's his first Roland-Garros 3rd round in 8 appearances. It wasn't until 2020 that he got his first Roland-Garros win. First round straight sets against Krajinovic. He dropped a set against Aslan Karatsev in the last round. That wasn't too long ago, the practice outside. Now, I touched on it earlier, but there is a history between the two of them. But this evening, there is going to be a first when it comes to their head-to-head.
I love the place. It's nice to be back here. It's definitely a tournament that I want to win.
This year's a new year. I'm a much better player than any year I've entered the tournament, so I'm happy with how everything's going.
First meeting on clay for the two of them. It's going to be interesting as the centre court Philippe Chatrier continues to fill up ahead of this evening's night session. Now, we want to dip into court 14, where Jessica Pegula, now she lost yesterday to Elise Mertens. Coco Gauff, you saw, came through earlier today. Beatrice Haddad-Maia also through today. Victoria Azarenka out now. They're getting used to facing each other, these pairings. They faced each other recently in a final on the clay. And Gauff and Pegula, they are the second seeds here. They are the finalists from last year. And you can see there they have the early advantage. There is a long way to go. And don't forget, once we leave you, you can follow the scores via the website or via Twitter or radio Roland-Garros, whichever you should please. Now to the order of play for Sunday. That's the start of week 2. It's the round of 16. And Philippe Chatrier starts tomorrow at 11 o'clock, so earlier than it has been, with former finalist Anastasia Pavlyuchenkova taking on Elise Mertens, who defeated Jessica Pegula. Then Novak Djokovic against the Peruvian Varillas, and then Carlos Alcaraz against Lorenzo Musetti, which should be, if nothing else, a lot of fun. The night session, Sloane Stephens, former finalist, against Arina Sabalenka. Susan Longland, also 11 o'clock start. Karolina Sharlov against Lorenzo Sonego. Karolina Mukova, dark horse for many, against lucky loser Alina Avanesian. Protected ranking for Alina Svitolina against Daria Kasatkina, the 9th seed, and not before 4:30. You can see there the qualifier, Sebastian Offner against Stefanos Tsitsipas. So there is so much to look forward tomorrow, and we're really looking forward to your company. But before we go, there's still a little bit more to bring you, including Simone Mathieu. Let's start here. This is Daniel Altmaier, and I think the big question was, not only would he cope with the quality opponent of Grigor Dimitrov, the experience of Dimitrov having dealt with Jannik Sinner, but how would he recover emotionally and physically? A fist bump towards his box. It was such an emotional interview that he gave. So that one continues, and that could have a long, long way to go, because it's only just coming up to 8:30. We are back on serve. Altmaier has got the break back, and it is 4-3 in favour of Dimitrov. We also have the Ons-Jabeur-Olga Danilovic match, and that's taking place on Susan Longland. Danilovic is the qualifier, so there is still, and we showed you a little bit of the doubles, so there is so much going on. And then a few minutes later than normal, we will have the players out here for the night session in Sasha Zverev and Frances Tiafoe. So it's Saturday night. There's still an awful lot of tennis to be played. We hope that you can join us again at the same time tomorrow when we get stuck into the round of 16. But before we go this evening, we would just like to say, on our 14-time champion, the King of Clay, who underwent keyhole surgery on his hip last night in Barcelona. Now, reports are it went well and is expected to take 5 months to recover. We wish him a speedy recover, and we would like to say to Rafa Nadal, happy 37th birthday.